All right, let's dive in. Welcome to our deep dive into, well, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're going to be looking at your notes, which are awesome, by the way, and this PDF, The Power of Wisdom, Knowledge, and Understanding.
Kitschy title.
Right. It's this blend of self-help, kind of spiritual stuff, but then it gets really into what it calls right knowledge. So our goal today is to help you, the listener, pull out the stuff that matters most for you. Okay, so right away, the PDF kind of throws us a curveball. It defines wisdom, but not how we usually think of it.
Yeah, not just like being smart.
Exactly. It's like wisdom is a verb. It's doing something with what you know. What do you think about that?
It's a huge shift, right? And what I find fascinating is the PDF uses these real-world people to show it, like Einstein, how he dealt with setbacks, or Edison, thousands of tries to get the light bulb right.
It's not just stories. It's like wisdom is earned, right?
Totally. Through experience, through action, not just reading a book.
Like knowing the recipe versus baking the cake.
Exactly. And the PDF goes even further. It says Jesus himself is this like ultimate applied knowledge.
Whoa, that surprised me when I first read it. Have you ever thought about Jesus that way?
It's definitely a different way to look at it. But the PDF uses stuff from the Gospels, right? Jesus fulfilling prophecy, teaching about God's kingdom, living with a bigger purpose. It's not just what he said, but what he did.
Okay, so we've got wisdom as a verb, Jesus in action, and then the PDF goes into the 12 universal laws.
Yeah.
Divine oneness, vibration, attraction, all that.
Yeah.
It's a huge jump from practical stuff to like, whoa, spiritual realm. Are you familiar with these laws at all?
Oh yeah, these laws pop up in a lot of different spiritual traditions. It's this core idea that we're all connected, our energy matters, and we attract what we focus on.
And the PDF uses this law of vibration to explain how our thoughts, our feelings, they can actually like affect the world around us.
It's not just positive thinking, it's deeper than that. It's recognizing that our thoughts and emotions, they have energy, real energy.
Whoa. And even modern physics is starting to look into this stuff, right? That everything is energy, vibrating at different frequencies.
Pretty mind-blowing. Makes you think about how powerful our thoughts and intentions really are.
It does. It really does. Okay, so we're talking about wisdom, energy, and then the PDF makes this distinction between what it calls godly wisdom versus worldly wisdom. And it even mentions like brainwashing as wisdom gone wrong.
Yeah, it's a stark contrast for sure. Where do we draw the line between influencing someone and, straight up manipulation?
It's a good question, right? And the PDF says, look at the source of the knowledge. Who's giving it? What's their motive? Is it selfish or for the greater good?
That's a question we should all be asking, especially today. We're flooded with information.
We need a filter, right?
Yeah.
And this is where the PDF gets really interesting. It's like, learn from ants. Out of all the examples, why ants?
I know, right? After all this high-level stuff, we're talking about ants. But the PDF makes a good point. Ants, they're incredibly motivated. They plan for the future. They work together so well.
I've never thought of ants as like role models before.
Right, but think about it. They're tiny, but they get so much done. They teach us about work ethic, community, adapting to change.
So now we get to what I think is the core of the PDF. 5 big questions. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? Where am I going? These are questions that people have pondered forever. What are your first reactions to those? Just like right now.
They really make you stop and think, don't they? And the PDF is saying real knowledge isn't just facts and stuff. It's about understanding ourselves, where we fit in, the big picture, who we are, why we're here. That's the foundation.
It's like finding those missing puzzle pieces, right? But the PDF goes on. It warns us having tons of knowledge, if it's based on misunderstandings, can be worse than not knowing. Have you ever seen that? Where someone thought they knew something and it messed them up?
All the time. The PDF actually has some crazy examples. It challenges how we see life's purpose, even common views on religion, like being born again. It's like we gotta be critical thinkers.
We're detectives of our own to beyond beliefs, right?
Yeah.
And then the PDF gets into this knowledge idea, the kind that leads to a better life.
Yeah.
It says the knowledge we take in can either help us or hold us back.
What's cool is the PDF compares knowledge to light. Right knowledge illuminates our path, helps us see clearly.
That's like a spiritual GPS. But how do we know what's right? I mean, with books, the internet, our own experiences, how we sift through it all.
That's the key. The PDF is all about discernment. Knowing the difference between information that matches our values, our goals, and the stuff that might lead us astray. It's like developing an inner knowing, a compass.
A truth filter for our minds. Then the PDF goes into this idea that deep down, we're spiritual beings. Like, that's our core, and we're having a human experience.
Yeah, it's recognizing we're more than our bodies, our thoughts. The PDF talks about the soul, the part of us connected to something bigger. Even talks about thinking with the heart.
Like that gut feeling that something's right, even if we can't explain it logically.
Exactly. The PDF says, by connecting with that deeper part of ourselves, we align with our true purpose. We got to listen to that inner voice, that wisdom that's often quiet.
So we've got this wisdom framework, this call to examine what we know, and now connecting to our spiritual side. And then the PDF gets super specific. It says, ask yourself 5 questions. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? And where am I going? Deep stuff, right?
Those questions make you look inward. And the PDF argues the answers to those unlock our potential. It even suggests that each of us has a responsibility to use our talents to make a positive impact.
But to do that, we need to know ourselves, right? Strengths, weaknesses, values, all that. The PDF even mentions destiny, like our lives might be unfolding according to some plan.
It's a wild concept, right? The PDF says things like astrology, numerology. Those can give us clues about ourselves and our purpose. Some people love the idea of destiny, others feel limited by it. It's about figuring out what resonates with you.
So the PDF emphasizes personal growth, changing for the better. It's like by expanding how we see ourselves and the world, we create a life that's meaningful.
And what's important is the self-discovery never ends. It's not like you reach a point and you're done. It's constantly learning, evolving, becoming the best version of ourselves.
It's embracing the unknown, always seeking new knowledge, experiences, perspectives. And the PDF says we got to live by our values, walk the walk.
Integrity, right? Being true to ourselves and our thoughts, words, and actions. That creates harmony within us, which then affects everything, our relationships, our well-being.
So we've covered a lot. From wisdom to our soul's purpose, with ants and universal laws along the way. But there's this one thing the PDF talks about: understanding. Like, what does it really mean to understand something beyond just knowing the facts?
That's a good one. The PDF says there's a difference between knowing something and truly getting it. Understanding is deeper. It's seeing the connections, the implications, the why behind it all.
It's going past the surface, right? But the PDF warns, sometimes what we think we understand is based on, well, misconceptions.
Totally. And the PDF is like, false knowledge can be worse than not knowing because you think you've got it figured out.
Yeah.
But you're building your life on something shaky.
So how do we avoid that? How do we make sure what we believe is actually true?
The PDF gives some strategies. Question everything, get different perspectives, check your sources, be open to new ideas, and take time to think about what you believe and WHY.
Become a truth detective. And the PDF connects understanding to happiness.
When you really understand something, it brings clarity, peace, even joy. It's like that aha moment. And the PDF gets into common misconceptions about life, religion, even that born-again concept. It's a push to really examine those things, not just accept what we've been told.
Understanding isn't a one-time thing, it's a journey. As we change and grow, our understanding changes too. We get new insights about the world.
The PDF ends with this message of hope. Seek true understanding, live by your values, embrace personal growth, and you create a meaningful life.
We have the power to shape our own destinies, to create a life that reflects our truest selves, our biggest dreams. It's like we've been given this map, right, to help us understand ourselves, the world, everything. We went from wisdom and action to, like, the purpose of our soul. Ants, universal laws, we covered it all.
And this is really just the start. We've given you the tools, the ways to look at your own notes, that PDF. The real journey is taking these ideas and making them your own.
So as you keep going, keep those big questions in mind. Who are you? Where are you from? Why are you here? What can you do? Where are you going?
The PDF, it's all about finding your purpose, that reason you're here. But as we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to think about. What if our purpose, it's not a fixed thing? What if it changes as we change, as the world changes? How do we stay true to ourselves in the middle of all that? That's something to consider as you keep exploring. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. It's been a blast.
Until next time.